So here for today, Lipstick in the Garden. This is going to be my first episode. So, giving you a tour of the garden. These are my potatoes. I actually have some corn and some peas and some beans planted over in those rows. If you can see, I also have garlic and onions planted. Oh look, the neighbor's coming home. Don't mind the noise temporarily. So this half over here is my husband's half of the garden, where he grows our medicine. We have beautiful views. We are very blessed to live here. Finally have the arches of my dreams that I've been wanting. Just love them. Got some raised beds on the side. This is definitely a work in progress, but stay tuned for more. We'll be bringing you more content. And I will apologize in advance for being quirky and crazy and just myself, honestly. I don't take life too seriously because, it's not permanent. It's not guaranteed tomorrow. So live for the moment and follow your dreams. It's all you can do in this life. So, yes, I have a hammock. I'm about to be building a teepee. That'll probably be in another segment that I do. A lot of what I do is just for hobby, to eat, feed myself and my family good, wholesome, nutritious stuff. I give a lot of my stuff away after I can it. I give it away to my friends and family, neighbors, But with that being said, I'm just going to bring you content that's just my life, Really sugarcoat anything. What you see is what you get with me. I'm gonna grow stuff and I might screw it up. I'm gonna show you the good with the bad because it's gonna be a learning process for me, maybe as well as you if you're watching this. But I just want to really promote good vibes and growing your own food. It's very important that you are able to do something, even if it's a small container on your patio at your apartment or something. Just start with something small, something that's attainable for you, and then work yourself up to something like this. It still isn't even as big as I want it, but it's goals, it's progression, and it's a beautiful thing when you see it all come together. I love when master plans and different things that you've been wanting for a long time start playing out and happening before your eyes, because it makes you feel good. And we just really want to try to give you some good information, education, answer questions if I'm able to. If not, maybe direct you in the right path and just see what works for me. Maybe something you have suggestions for me. Maybe I'm not doing something that you have discovered. It's like a hack or whatever. I would love to hear from you and see what you got going on in your garden, because it's all a learning experience and I dig it. So let's get in the garden. So first off, hi Brooke. It's my dog. She is a love. She's Blue Heeler. She's just wonderful. Wonderful. She's a good guard dog. I have some morning glories planted here, and the rest that you see are sunflowers. I have Ring of Fire, and then I have some Mammoth Russians, and I think I have another variety I just bought. It's like a red velvet or something. Anyways, this is a raised bed that I have. Right here I have Brussels sprouts growing. The next row I have broccoli. Then I kind of stuck this little air, not knowing how it's gonna do. Did some test runs with putting some cucumbers out here. I lost a couple of them because the weather's still crazy. And then in the row back there, we got the Martha Washington tomatoes. The tomatoes and different varieties that I have growing along this archway right here are all climbing plants. So the cucumbers, these tomatoes are interdeterminate, so they don't have a determined size like the determinate tomatoes. If you don't know what those definitions are, a determinate tomato will grow to a determined size. This is a determinate tomato. It's going to put off a set number of fruit. It's going to all put its fruit off at once. Whereas these interdeterminates that grow, they just keep growing and growing and growing. And if you kept them in a greenhouse, you could have tomatoes all year. It's the same thing between that being an annual and this being a perennial. If you want to think of it in terms of this one right over here is called a defiant tomato. It is a determinate tomato. That means it's going to grow to one size, it's going to have a set number of fruit, and that's it. Whereas this right here, this Martha Washington, is an interdeterminate. That means it's going to just keep growing and growing and growing and growing up this. I mean, if I put it in a greenhouse, it can grow all year long and just never stop growing. Keep topping it, doing different things with it, but it's going to keep producing fruit and keep growing. That's why you really need to have a good support system for tomatoes that are interdeterminate for best results, in my opinion. Again, this is all new to me. I've had really small gardens before, and this is a step up, and I'm very happy to be learning more. It's awesome. Now, I ran out of space in my raised beds for my interdeterminate tomatoes. I have a whole line of Cherokee purples, or purple Cherokee, and then that's a Cherokee, or Cherokee carbon. I get them mixed, the wording mixed, but same difference, you know. Anyways, this is a Granadero, and it actually needs a trellis. It's an interdeterminate tomato, and it's going to grow up here. So I actually stuck this one to the side to try to utilize a little bit of this. It's not space because my cattle panels were a little wider than my boxes were made long. So that was kind of my quick solution to that. These dark princes, I believe is what they're called. Yeah, dark prints. These are also interdeterminate. They need to have support. Now over here are some more tomatoes that I have that I need to plant. As you can see, this one, I tried to start hardening it off, and it was not liking the UV and the sunshine. So I kind of stuck them down in here, let them try to lick their wounds for a day or whatever, and I'm going to try to bring them back out into the sun tomorrow. Now this corn, some people would think I'm crazy for planting corn in solo cups and just say, you know, do it in the ground or whatever. But this is an experiment I'm doing, so don't judge me. Anyways, yeah, I'm vulgar, guys. So, just fair warning. Try not to be, but it just happens. Anyways, hardening stuff off can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Sometimes you lose some stuff. Sometimes it does awesome. It's just depending on the plant and your weather and your conditions and what have you.